So yeah, this is going to be a really swift discussion, in theory. Alex, you recently looked at Teardown on the consoles, which is a bit of a departure from you because you typically cover PC on the channel, but this was a PC-driven project. And the ports it turns out they're from Saber Interactive, are actually really, really impressive. I had to go on Series X last night. And it's Series X primarily that we're going to be tackling in this, because in your review, you basically highlighted that, well, as usual, there wasn't really that much difference between PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X.
Right.
Except for some strange reason, Saber Interactive shipped with double buffer VSync on Xbox and triple buffer on PS5, which for the 120 hertz mode in particular had profound implications on performance, right?
Yeah, it would basically be like 60 to 120, which I think is very jarring, just like 60 to 30 is jarring. But it made that 120 hertz mode pretty useless, even more so than the 60 hertz mode, because you weren't getting any of that added smoothness benefit that you get from a triple buffered VSync implementation. And it's such a strange oversight because like, I think it's not even just like the numbers that if you were looking at an FPS readout, I think the impact to smoothness is so jarring in a visual way that I'm genuinely shocked that it shipped.
Right.
It's like one of those core differences in a game that you would expect from like like early 2000s and not today. That's for sure.
Maybe they were just like nostalgic for the PS3 60 era, right?
Yeah.
They love that PS3 jank.
Yeah, they took a look at Metal Gear Solid 4 and thought that's the way.
I was just thinking how PS3 games typically had triple buffering enabled and 360 games did not for some reason, if you recall. And also, yeah. It's called triple buffering, so you got to be there on the PS.
You got to be triple on the triple.
Okay, but the point of this whole news topic, to get around to it, is that it has actually now been fixed. And also, Alex, your other complaint, which was that there was no option to invert the Y-axis on the controller, they fixed that as well. So, it's interesting that there is actual feedback going back to developers in our critiques and actually being fixed, which is excellent news, I think.
I think so too. I did. This is one of the things where I alerted the original developers at Tuxedo Labs about it surreptitiously over Twitter DMs. That I didn't actually have a good official contact.
Covertly.
Yeah, I was just like, triple buffering. What's that? But yeah, I sent them that, and I think they even overtly call it out in the patch notes, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I played the game last night. I mean, first time playing it, but it is so different and distinct and unique in the marketplace at the moment. Yeah. And also, it won't take you like 10 hours to download. It's a very, very small game, but it's highly recommendable. And this is basically the icing of the cake. In fairness, Alex, in your original review, you did point out that if you have a VRR display, it just bypasses the
which is very
double buffering issue altogether, and it just works. And it is the preferable way to play even still. But it is nice to actually see that our feedback was taken on board, and a great game, I think, is now even better and well worth checking out on all consoles, I think.